Hello, today we're going to talk about how to stop perfectionism from running your life. And I got to tell you, perfectionism is probably that thing that's keeping you from living your dream, living what you really want to do. So with that, let's jump into today's episode. Hi, and welcome to the show. I am Scott Wilhite. I am the Record Yourself video coach. I help entrepreneurs, heart-centered entrepreneurs who want to make a difference in the world, who want to grow their business, and do that through the power of internet video. It's an extremely powerful way for you to get your message out there and to share the thing that is most meaningful for you. So right now, if you listen to that and you think, oh my gosh, that is what I want, that is what I want to do, make sure that you like and subscribe to the channel, ring the bell so that you can get notified when a new show comes out, a new episode comes out. But that's what I want to help you with. I want you to be able to share those things that are deep inside of you. Now, one of the things I want to share with you is a quote from Maya Angelou. She said, "There is no greater agony than bearing an untold story inside you." I got to tell you, I felt that pain. I felt that agony, really, that I had something inside of me that wanted to come out. And for me, for the longest time, it felt like I had this hole inside of me that was eating me out from the inside. And I was embarrassed about it. I was uncomfortable with it. And it made me really volatile because I felt like I wasn't living my purpose. I wasn't living what I was, what I was here on the planet to do. And it was just killing me. So once I learned to be able to record myself, once I learned to be able to get my messages out there, now suddenly the world is open to me because I am able to share those things that are most meaningful. And I want to help you do the same thing. I want you to be able to figure out, okay, what am I here for? What am I uniquely gifted to be able to share? And can I use the power of internet video in order to get that out to the people who could use it most? That is what I want to help you with. So again, like and subscribe if you know that this is a channel or a show that would be interesting to you. Okay, so in this episode today, I am going to share one secret at the very end here. It's a secret you're not going to want to hear, you're not going to like, you're not going to enjoy it, but I got to tell you, it will help you overcome perfectionism. It will help you it will help you overcome those things that are keeping you back. And really, it is that perfectionism. It's that feeling that you want to look your best, you want to sound your best, and everything has to be just perfect before you can really go out there. They say, what do they say? That you can never start great, but you have to start to be great. Well, you do have to start, and I'm happy to help you start. And I want to share with you just a few things for you to think about. One thing is, I go more into depth on this perfectionism in my Quick Start course. I'll put a link in here if you want to take that. And it will help you not only overcome your perfectionism, but it will help you get that first video or that first few videos out that you really want to do. And they won't be perfect, but they will be out and they will help you get over that obstacle of perfectionism that is keeping you from really sharing your message. So I want to tell you real quick about a coach that I follow, and I follow her because of something that happened. Okay, so here's the story. She sent out a video where she looked absolutely horrible. I mean, her hair was just a mess. She had just gotten off a plane. She looked just absolutely horrible. And here's the story that she shared. She said that she'd been away. She does retreats. She does coaching for other people to do retreats. And she had been on her own retreat, and she had this huge breakthrough where she discovered something that she thought her followers absolutely needed to hear. And so she called up her video team. She says, "My plane is landing at this time tomorrow morning. I will come right down to the studio. I want to record this while it's still fresh in my mind." So she comes straight from the airport after a midnight red-eye flight or something like that. Anyway, she looked horrible, but she had this message inside of her that she so wanted to share. Because of that, because she showed up authentically, with absolute passion, that the reason she was here was to help people, and here's what she learned, and here's what's going to help you. She was absolutely clear on that. And because of that, I have been following her ever since. I mean, I don't really hold retreats, but that's a coach that I think I want to be connected with because she's real. So anyway, just kind of plant that in your mind when you think about perfectionism, when you think about the things that where you have to be just absolutely perfect in order for people to accept you, in order for people to want to listen to you. It's actually a lie that you're telling yourself that is actually keeping you playing small. Okay, so I want to share three things right now that are all kind of based on fear. Okay, now fear is this thing that is keeping you. Fear is what perfectionism is all about. You've got this fear of being judged, fear of not being accepted, fear of, it is that fear that keeps us small and that prevents us from living who we really want to be. Okay, now the interesting thing about fear is really faith in reverse gear. Faith is this amazing, incredible power, more than just like church faith. This is like faith. This is believing in something. But when you fear something, you are actually putting that faith in reverse gear and you're fearing these things that could maybe possibly happen. And we're focused on all of the negative, and that's what we actually bring about. So with your perfectionism, I want you to recognize that what you're really doing is you're listening to these fears that are keeping you going backwards instead of forwards. Okay, so three steps on this. So the first thing is you've got to recognize. When you start feeling these feelings, you've got to recognize that's really fear that is keeping me. So recognizing that you are being influenced by fear, and what that is faith in reverse gear, so you are actually creating negativity in your life. But once you recognize that this is happening in your life, that means you can actually do something about it. So the next thing I want you to do, it's another R word, redirect. I want you to redirect that energy. That's now, it's been pulling you in reverse gear. I want you to redirect that so it can go into a forward facing gear. Now, the best way to do that with perfectionism, with standing up, being an influencer, with sharing your message, with sharing the talents and the expertise that you have, when you redirect that, what you do is you turn the spotlight, instead of being the spotlight on you, I got to make sure I look just right and everything, to what is it that my audience really needs to hear? If you think about who your ideal audience member is, and you think about that person, and you think about how they're probably driving home, or they're on the train going home, and they do this every day, and they're thinking, oh, I wish my life was meaningful. I wish I had something. I wish I could share my message. Whatever it is, like for your ideal person, when you think about them, you think about where they're at, and then they're watching your YouTube video, you go, oh, I know exactly how to talk to you. And the spotlight is on them. It's not on you, and you can be completely imperfect, but completely real. And you can share this with other people. Anyway, that redirection of the negative energy that has been pulling you backwards, you can use that to pull you forward. Now, the third thing, this is action. Now, when you start putting things into action, that's when change really starts to happen. So you've got this fear that's keeping you small, fear that's keeping, the fear with this perfectionism that's keeping you from moving forward. And what is really happening is your subconscious mind is trying to keep you safe. And the best safety, it thinks, is no action. If you will just do nothing, then nothing can harm you, right? Well, that's how it thinks, and it's trying to protect you. It doesn't realize that this is really what you want, that the greatest joy is on the other side of this fear, and that if you can just get through it, if you can just step through it, you'll be able to achieve that. But it's trying to keep you safe. And so the best way to kind of work with your subconscious mind and to redirect this kind of the blockages that you've got there, the energy that's keeping you stuck, is to do action. Start moving forward. And instead of your mind coming up with all these lies and all these tricks to keep you staying still, it's going to now start looking at all the different steps you're taking, and it'll start moving forward with you. I don't know if that's making sense to you, but when you have no action, all of your subconscious energy will be there to prevent you from doing anything, because they think you're safe behind this wall. But instead, if you could start moving your feet, And for us, we're talking about recording yourself. If you can start drafting scripts, if you can start getting in front of the camera, if you can start recording yourself, then all of a sudden your subconscious mind is is more reeling backwards, trying to figure out, okay, what's the next step? What's the next step? And it will actually create great things for you because it's looking forward rather than, trying to keep it backwards. I hope that's making sense to you. It's something that I have found that makes the biggest difference is to just make action, to put out things that are imperfect, to put out things that are flawed, but to put them out and to make that progress, make those steps. Again, I go deeper into this in my quick dive course, my quick start course. If you want to take that, it's a great way to actually get your shows out and to get started and to make that action and to feel those feelings of being able to feel accomplished, that you're living your purpose, that you're living what you're here to do. Now is for that trick that I told you, the morning routine, that if you do, this will help you overcome those feelings of perfectionism, those blocks of fear that keep you from action, and you're not going to like it, but it's so effective, and it is cold showers. I know, it's horrible, right? The first time when I learned about this, it was actually, it was January 2nd. And I had heard about this, and I heard the difference that it made, and that there was this challenge, this commitment to do an entire month of cold showers and see what changed in your life. Well, I started to do that January 2nd. I live up in the mountains of Utah. Super cold time of the year. But the things that I discovered about myself were absolutely amazing. So what I would do is I'd turn on the cold water and I would jump into it. And one of the things that I realized I'll just kind of plant in your mind is that the fear of jumping in is the most painful part. When you actually jump in, you have 5 or 8 seconds of intense pain and discomfort. But after that, it's not that bad. And all of a sudden you feel all of this energy. That's what happens when you start stepping through your perfectionism. When you start stepping through these fears that are blocking you and keeping you from living your purpose. That is a tool, it's a trick, it's a morning routine where you can use it as a skill to get better at overcoming these things that just want to keep you living small. So anyway, I share that with you. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you kind of a new way of framing how you can live your life and how you can actually get out there and share the message that you have within. So anyway, if you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe because we've got more great shows that will help you live your purpose and share your voice through the power of internet video. If you're a heart-centered person who wants to make a difference in the world, video is the way to do it. I'm happy to help you get started. Click right here to take my Quick Start Challenge, and you can get started today.